My dear friends, greetings from me, Father Edward Oliveira. Today I am with you once again to share a beautiful reflection on a parable I consider one of the most beautiful ones that Jesus related. The question that was asked before Jesus was this: what is the greatest commandment of all? The Jewish people had many commandments, and then Jesus says the first and the greatest is this: love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Then also, Jesus says, love your neighbor as yourself. Then the question that is asked to Jesus is, who is my neighbor? And then Jesus gives beautiful parable before them. He gives the parable of the Good Samaritan, which is known to you and me very well, because this parable is quoted everywhere, in every religion, in every paper. What is this parable? This parable about a Samaritan who looks after a Jewish person. Who are the Samaritans? They were the Jewish people as well, but they were separated due to some historical reasons, and they began to live in a different way, which the Jewish people considered as heretic. Therefore, they had nothing to do with them. They condemned them. Same way the Samaritans also condemned the Jewish people. They had nothing to do with them. In a way, they both hated each other. So much was the animosity that they would not cross each other anyway. The Jewish people would not even go to the Samaritan territory because they felt those are our enemies and we should not go there. This is exactly happened to us when we hate some nation or we hate those people or some other religious people. That happens to us too. And this is how we live. And today, when the greatest commandment is asked, which is the greatest commandment, Jesus gives this parable as an example. What is it? There is a man who is a Jewish person who has been attacked by the robbers and badly wounded and is lying on the road. He is full of blood. There is no one to help him. And Jesus says there are two people who pass from there. One is the Levite, another one the priest. Both are Jewish people, and they should have gone and taken care of him little. But they feel, why should we do this? Maybe because they felt if we touch that man, we'll be polluted. We'll not be able to offer sacrifice. Or maybe because no one else is there to see. What does it matter? No one knows. Let the man die. Or someone may say that you are the one who did something. So whatever the reason may be, that happens to all of us. We too, when someone is lying there, if the person is not known to us, then we don't do anything about him. But then comes a Samaritan. Now, this Samaritan should have rejected that man. In other words, he should have just left him or even wished that man should die, because that man is a Jewish person, not belong to his community, whom they hated always in their life. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't look at this man as a Samaritan or a Jewish man. He looks at him as a human being just like him. He reflects, if I were to be beaten up like that somewhere, would I do that? I would wish someone should do something for me. And therefore he goes there. He is riding on a donkey. He takes that man, lifts him up and put him on that donkey. And he has some little wine. He pours on his wounds. Only that much he could do, because he's not a doctor. But then he goes to an inn, a hotel, and there he gives that man to that man. He says, look after him. Do whatever you can. And these are my money that I have got. But whatever is possible, I will give you that money later. But please take care of him. My dear friends, Jesus gives this parable as the greatest example possible of loving God and also loving your neighbor. मेरे प्यारे भाई और बहनों, ये जो दृष्टांत जो है हमने बहुत बार सुना है, लेकिन उसके बारे में सुनने के बाद हम अक्सर इसके बारे में सोचते नहीं हैं। हम सोचते हैं ठीक है, इस व्यक्ति ने कुछ किया और इससे ज्यादा क्या कर सकता था। बात वह नहीं है। बात यह है कि जब हम किसी को अपने दृष्टिकोण से देखते हैं तभी हम कुछ करते हैं। अगर वह व्यक्ति हमारी बिरादरी का है, हमारी जात का है, हमारे गांव का है, हमारे भाई बहनों से मिला हुआ है, तब हम आगे आकर कुछ करने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं, खास तौर पर जब दूसरे लोग हमें देखते हैं ताकि वह हमारी वाहवाही करें। अगर ऐसा नहीं है तो हम आगे नहीं आते हैं। आप सोच लीजिए, जो भी कहानियां पढ़ते हो या कोई पिक्चर हमें दिखाई जाती है, अगर वह व्यक्ति हमारा बिरादरी का नहीं है, मान लो वह कोई दूसरे गांव का है और लोग उसकी नफरत करते हैं और उसकी पिटाई होती है, तो हम तालियां बजाते हैं, क्योंकि हमें अच्छा लगता है कि हम सोचते हैं कि जैसे को तैसा। लेकिन प्रभु हमें क्या कहते हैं? नहीं, प्रभु यही चाहते हैं कि हम सबसे प्यार करें, खास तौर पर उन लोगों से प्यार करें जो हमारे प्यार के लायक ही नहीं है, क्योंकि वो भी ईश्वर की संतान है, हमारा भाई या बहन है, चाहे वो कुछ भी हो। और ज्यादातर खास तौर पर जो व्यक्ति उसको जरूरत है हमारी, हम उसको जरूरतों को पूरा करने के लिए क्या है, हम आगे बढ़ते हैं। हमें हमारे जीवन में भी बहुत बार ऐसा होता है। मान लो हमारे घर के पास एक दुश्मन रहता है जिससे हमारी हमेशा लड़ाई होती है, उसको घर को अगर आग लग जाती है, क्या मैं आगे होकर आग बुझाने के लिए जाता हूं, या मैं सोचता हूं बहुत अच्छा हुआ उसने मुझे कल गाली दी थी, आज ऐसा होना अच्छा है? बहुत बार हमें ऐसा लगता है। कोई बीमार हो जाता है, अगर व्यक्ति वह है जिसने मेरे खिलाफ कुछ किया है, तो हम खुशियां मनाते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि ये मनुष्य का स्वभाव है। प्रभु चाहता है कि हम अपने स्वभाव से ऊपर उठकर उस स्वभाव को अपनाएं जो प्रभु का स्वभाव है, जो ईश्वर का स्वभाव है, जो सबकी देखभाल करता है, सबसे प्यार करता है। इसी में हमारा प्यार निहित है, जहां पर हम कह सकते हैं हम ईश्वर को प्यार कर सकते हैं। माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, today when we listen to this parable, let us go deep down into our heart. Are we really religious people? No matter what religion I belong, it is not necessary I am a Christian or a Hindu or a Muslim, that doesn't matter. What type of person am I? Do I hate people or do I love them? Am I ready to forgive them, especially when they are in trouble? That will be the way that we will be judged finally in our life. Not because of the rituals that we practice, but the love and the depth of love with which we look at people. That is exactly this greatest of all way with which Jesus has spoken this story to us. It is applicable to me, to you, to our country, to the whole world. Yes, God expects us to love, and that is the way God expects us to be like Him. For God has made you and me in His own image. Thank you, and God bless you.
And who is my neighbor?
A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho.
Islama modeboenan.
And by chance, there came down a certain priest that way. And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. Take care of him. And whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee. which now of these three, thinkest thou, was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves?
He that shewed mercy on him.
Go, and do thou likewise.